Welcome to this tutorial, and today we're going to learn an important concept in programming, and that is controlling the flow of the program. This means you will control which parts of the code are executed, and this is really important because a lot of times based on a certain condition, you only want part of the code to run, or you want part of the code to run multiple times. And the most basic building blocks for this in programming, and specifically in Python programming, it's the if-else statement. Now let's look at the first one because there's a specific if, and then there's a way to do if else and even more complex ones, but let's focus on the if first. So the keyword if, you use this to start the if statement, and then comes a condition. And this condition could be basically a programming expression. Usually it just checks to see if this condition is true. Then it will run that specific line of code. So let's see an example. Let's say we have a variable called number, and let's give it the value of 12. Now this condition will check if number is over 9, and then we will print out this number is a 2-digit number. Here we go. And if we run this, you'll see it printed this out, and the reason it printed this part of the code out is because this condition is true. So this is what the if statement is used to do. So you write if a condition to check if it's true, and then you use an indentation, so a tab. So you would put a tab right here to indent it in, and in this case, if it's true, it will run it. So that's the simplest way to show an if statement. Now let's look at a bit more complex parts of this. So let's say, okay, so in this example, number is 12, and if it's more than 9, so meaning if it's 10, it'll also print it out. It did. If it's only 1, if we run it again, it ran and it didn't print anything out. So let's say if it's 100. Now it printed it out, but this is an untrue statement if you think about it logically, because this number is a 2-digit number and it's not true because it's 3-digit at this time. So you could actually make this expression more complex to take into consideration this case if it really is 3 digits, the number. So we could do number needs to be less than 100 and number needs to be more than 9. So if we run this, while the number is set to 100, it won't run it because now it's only taking into consideration the numbers between 9 and 100. And in Python, there's a really cool thing. You could even make this logic shorter, so it's easier to understand, because now you kind of have to think number is less than 100 and number is more than 9. You could actually put 9 is less than number, which is less than 100. 100, yeah. So if we run this, okay, right now it's 100, so that's what we're going to run it. So let's just do 18. And in this case, it successfully printed this number out. Now let's look at the else, because this is just an extension of the if statements. If or else is essentially just a way to extend it to see in the case if this condition is not true. So if it's false, you would actually run this. So let's say print this number is not 2 digits. Run. Okay, so 18 is a 2-digit number. That's why I printed this out. But let's do 180. Then this number is not 2 digits. So in this case, this part of the code didn't execute because this condition is false. And if it's false, then it jumps to the else branch and it runs this. That's what these are commonly called. These are branches. So this is one branch of the if statement, and this is the other branch of the else branch of this if statement. So that's what I wanted to show you today, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.